to Secret Files. I know y'all have been hearing a lot about Diddy. I know that I sure have. So I was actually looking it up and I literally could not find anything on the documentary about who originally posted the surviving Diddy. So if you guys know anything about it, send it in the comments below so others can watch it. And with that said, I just want to let you guys know that there is a warning for this video. It's for mature adults. There is going to be some trafficking and abuse and adult content, obviously. So, now with that being said, let's get into this commentary. All right, first up, we got Do E.D. Picasso, and he's actually reminding us that P. Diddy already told us what his plans were in the 90s. Listen up and let's see what they were.
Come on, boy. Your ass going down, Diddy. He flying to that island. He gone. He warned us in 1997 how it was going to go down. Look. Get your ass on, boy.
All right, next up, we got Brood America, High News, Show Spotlight Snip, and these are all details and news of why he's being arrested and what he may have done allegedly. Also, it has a few things about people who might also be involved and linked to the problems he's now facing. And a little side note, can we talk about how he left his kids behind while he ran and his kids were arrested and detained? I don't know, I thought that was kind of like crummy, like a really crummy thing to do to your kids. With that said, let's watch it.
P. Diddy's homes were raided by federal agents as part of a sex trafficking probe. Here's what we know. On Monday, officials raided 2 of rapper Sean Combs, aka P. Diddy homes, one in LA and one in Miami, as part of a federal sex trafficking investigation. Video footage shows Combs' sons, Justin and King, handcuffed and detained outside the Holmby Hills house. Photos from Monday's raids showed scores of heavily armed and armored officers, while the streets surrounding the homes were closed and helicopters gathered overhead. Rapper Sean Combs has faced a string of varying accusations in the past 6 months. However, it is unclear if the investigation is related to any of those accusers. In November, R&B singer Cassie, whose full name is Cassandra Ventura, settled a lawsuit after she claimed that she was trafficked, raped, and beaten by the rapper on many occasions over 10 years. Later that November, a woman named Joy Dickerson Neal alleged in a lawsuit Combs drugged her, sexually assaulted her, and secretly recorded the assault while she was a college student in 1991. By December 2023, another lawsuit alleged that Combs was accused of gang raping a 17-year-old girl in 2003. By February 2024, a male music producer accused Combs of sexually assaulting him and forcing him to sleep with prostitutes. The rap mogul has strongly denied all of the accusations against him and vowed to, quote, fight for my name, my family, and for the truth. The investigation is ongoing. Brute will keep you posted as the story develops.
Music mogul Sean Diddy Combs is facing new allegations of sexual assault.
Trust me when I say you wouldn't want to be in Diddy's shoes right now. He's been served nothing but misery for breakfast, lunch, and dinner for the past couple years, jumping from one lawsuit to the next. Now it looks like all hell is about to break loose as his crimes come back to haunt him, and he's forced to pay a painful price for his actions. He may face some real jail time if his lawyers don't find a way to get these lawsuits dropped. Keep watching till the end of this video to see Diddy freaking out as 17-year-old confirms trafficking. Trust me, you don't want to miss this.
Before we get into the video, I want to give a quick shout out to the #1 celebrity jeweler, the Ice Champ. The Ice Champ is doing a special deal for the next 24 hours on diamond watches, chains, and more. Follow at the Ice Champ on Instagram now.
Diddy allegedly drugs and a 17-year-old. In a recent episode of Diddy's Dark Days, another woman has accused him and 2 of his associates of sexual abuse in a lawsuit filed Wednesday that is marked with a trigger warning. The 14-page complaint was filed in the Southern District of New York by Jane Doe against Diddy, former Bad Boy president Harve Pierre, and an unnamed man, with the plaintiff requesting a jury trial. This is the 4th known accusation since singer Cassie, Diddy's ex, claimed he physically and sexually abused her in a suit filed on November 16th, but settled the following day. Jane Doe, in the complaint filed Wednesday, said that Diddy, Pierre, and the other man gang and trafficked her back in 2003 when she was a 17-year-old high school junior. At the time, Diddy was 34 years old, twice the age of Jane Doe. Jane Doe claimed that Pierre, who is also a singer, was accompanied by the unnamed man and others as he approached her and her friends at a lounge in Detroit. According to the complaint, Pierre told the teenager that Diddy would love to meet her and encouraged her to fly with him on a private jet to New York City to do so. While they were still at the lounge, Pierre took Doe to the restroom where he forced a large amount of cocaine upon her and then compelled her to have oral sex with him. Afterwards, she was made to accompany Pierre and 2 others on a flight to Diddy's recording studio in New York City. She also claimed that while on the private jet, Diddy, Pierre, and the unnamed man gave her copious amounts of drugs and alcohol, which caused her to...
Here is everyone named in the P. Diddy sexual abuse lawsuit. Firstly, the lawsuit mentions Jennifer Lopez. The lawsuit claims that while Jennifer Lopez was dating P. Diddy, she brought a gun and gave it to Diddy in the 1999 nightclub shooting. It also claims that Diddy forced his then artist, Shy, to claim responsibility for the shooting. Next, the lawsuit specifically mentions Prince Harry, the Duke of Sussex. It reads in part, quote, Mr. Combs was known for throwing the best parties. Affiliation with and/or sponsorship of Mr. Combs' sex trafficking parties granted legitimacy and access to celebrities such as famous athletes, political figures, artists, musicians, and international dignitaries like British royal Prince Harry. Lastly, there is Cuba Gooding Jr. The lawsuit claims that Gooding Jr. sexually assaulted Lil Rod while on P. Diddy's private yacht. This is a photo of Cuba Gooding Jr. with his arm around Lil Rod smirking. P. Diddy's future is unknown, but the likelihood of federal charges being brought against him for sex trafficking are extremely high. Follow to stay updated.
All right, and now we got some really juicy stuff with some police footage from Juicy Edition. Let's watch this.
Cat, they're all gay. Okay?
DJ Khaled, Rick Ross, and P. Diddy?
Yeah.
They all gay?
Yeah.
Gotcha.
I had sex with Cassie and Sean. Basically, he would masturbate, tell me what to do with Cassie. I had like 15 encounters, and I heard a lot.
Oh, hidden in plain sight.
It's hidden.
I think I see what you're saying.
Okay, how do I know this?
Yeah, that's what I want to know. How do you know this?
Do you know Sean Combs?
Puff Daddy?
Yeah.
P. Diddy, whatever you call himself.
Yeah.
Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, he's part of what's called the Boule. The Boule is a branch of the Illuminati.
Okay.
It's the black people. Okay. I'm from Africa, so I'm not a racist. I had settlement with Sean, okay? And he belongs to that agenda. That's why he's so famous. They land all the contracts. It's his attorneys, which are Mark Aragos and Ben Mercedes. Ben Mercedes worked for Bad Boy Entertainment for 4 years and worked for Hillary Rodman for 5, okay? When I take Sean the threat of death on me, okay? I don't have it, but I can make it available under secrecy. That means that I wouldn't be liable because I don't want to be getting blamed for anything, okay? Right. I had sex with Cassie and Sean. Basically, he would masturbate, tell me what to do with Cassie. I had like 15 encounters, and I heard a lot of business. Because what they would do is Sean talks a lot on the phone and on TV with people and stuff, and I was like a sex slave, okay? For them, that's what I was. That's all right? I called herpes, and I came back and I sued him for the herpes and won. But they did Mark Aragos and Ben Mercedes were his attorneys, okay? And Christopher Leon's here was my attorney. They asked me to turn in that, which was the video recording, and I did so. They gave it back to me accidentally, and it's possible, I threw everything out, it's possible I can produce a copy.
Gotcha.
It's possible, I'm not sure. Now, I'm 42, I've been through all my life, I've had a great life, I've settled $4.125 million with Diddy, okay, but he's scared that I was exposed.
I don't want to talk about Diddy right now, I want to talk about...
Now, with the help of Vast Freddy, Cat Williams, The Divine Masculine, Ness Coney, Daily Mail, and the World of Popular, let's jump into some alleged gossipy videos from the celeb's point of view.
Don't sit on the bed at night, no homo, no, just don't get close to the bed, don't get close, but it's just like, yo, we want to thank you for hosting the thing, man, it's been a pleasure. You didn't have to do it, and you did it.
No, I definitely didn't have to do it. I definitely didn't have to. First and foremost, I'm not getting in the bed.
That's my brother right here from day one. We used to wake up and, damn, pause, but like, check this out. Back in the days when he was like 10 and I was a little bit older, his older brother, we used to fight over the Frosted Flakes. You know what I'm saying? Before pause was invented. You know what I'm saying? But it's my brother for real. We used to actually wrestle off of the Frosted Flakes because he used to always get up early. Now he's one of the richest stars in the world. And
what the fuck did Puff just say? Nobody's gonna acknowledge this but me. Puff just said we used to wrestle over the Frosted Flakes. And we're streaming live. That was stupid.
I'm gonna let you tell it.
No, you're
no,
the
I
best.
want you to tell it.
You really are the best. You're proving it here today. As much as I'm proving it, you proving it. You proving it. Yeah, that wasn't the thing. It wasn't, people say that. He lost $50 million. No, that's not even close to what happened to this dude. And until you understand what happened to the dude, you don't understand what happened. Like, no, not they offered him $50 million and he turned it down. Who gonna turn down $50 million? Now, I've had to turn down $50 million 4 times. 4 times. Just to protect my integrity and that virgin hole I was telling you about. Right. Because P. Diddy be wanting to party. And you gotta tell him no. You got to tell him no. I did. I did. See, I got the receipts for everything I'm telling you. That's why I can say them so freely.
Kid, I need to know. You here, get your number.
Thank you, sir. Thank you.
Book because I'm not a rapper, obviously, or anything like that. But I've been in the business and been around the business.
Some of the things in the book cover Diddy's gay relationships, footage of those encounters, the men he slept with, STDs, Diddy giving Usher an STD, and the explosive encounter between Diddy and Usher's mom, Mary J. Blige being pregnant by Diddy, and of course, she had an AB, the beatings Kim took, pushing him down the steps in 2007, and him breaking his foot.
We would fight, we would tussle. More than often, I think Puffy would say, man, you gotta chill, like you just a little bit too intense. You know, you gotta relax. Like, yo, man, I'm here to work, man. I ain't sang in a week. I mean, I'm 13 years old. I'm not here to party with you. I don't wanna go to the clubs. Matter of fact, I'm too young to even be in here. Why you got me in clubs? There were a lot of things I seen and a lot of positions that I think I was put in where I had to make very, very tough decisions in my life about who I would be.
New York is a little bit too fast for me, you know, and I spent like a year.
Where we hanging out and what we doing, we can't really disclose, but it's definitely a 15-year-old's dream. He signed to Usher.
I'm signed to Usher.
I had legal guardianship of Usher when you know he did his first album. I did Usher's first album. I don't have legal guardianship of him, but for the next 48 hours, he's with me. So and we gonna go full crazy.
I'm going crazy.
How does Justin feel about all these allegations? Well, sources close to Justin are apparently saying these rumors are starting to affect him, and he's not doing very well right now. People around Justin have allegedly noticed that Justin looks like he's struggling with some deep unresolved trauma. Also, a clip of Justin at Coachella recently went viral showing Justin's wife Haley comforting him, and fans are worried that Justin's mental health is declining. As for Diddy, many fans are convinced he did something to Justin, and they're calling on authorities to investigate Diddy's alleged crimes. Why did I feel so uncomfortable seeing that clip of Justin and that grown man? One fan said. I feel like they did something to him. Like, took his innocence in some type of way. You can tell, because he's just a shell of his former self. And another fan added, when is Diddy going to be investigated for his numerous crimes?
All right, now we got some videos uploaded by News US Channel and Lucky Black Unicorn, and these are just some shocking revelations that are coming out, and I just want to make sure that you guys remember that these are for mature audiences. All right, with that said, let's see what they're saying about Diddy now.
Diddy had that man in the room. Look, yes, I put my ear to the door and I brought the phone because Diddy started going in overdrive. I ain't know what the was going on, but I just heard balls slapping against cheeks. I heard struggling to take.
Ooh, child. So it looked like the allegations about Meek being Diddy's boy toy were true after all, because an audio just leaked of Meek screaming for his life when Diddy mercilessly clapped his cheeks. One thing about the internet, they ain't never gonna forget and always come through with receipts, honey. Now, if y'all remember, Meek was exposed for being Diddy's little twink a couple weeks ago, but Meek denied these allegations and even started threatening the people who were speaking on it. Well, it looks like he was running his mouth a little too much, because people started digging for evidence, and girl, they found some things that not even Meek can deny. Apart from the disturbing audio of him getting pounded by Diddy, there's also an old song where Meek blatantly admitted to getting freaky with Diddy for a check. Oh, y'all better sit back for this one, because we've got a lot to get into here. Okay, so as most of y'all already know by now, Diddy is currently on the run, and he's reportedly hiding in the Caribbean islands after the feds flooded his home and raided it for evidence that they could finally throw him in jail with. Now, both of his sons, Justin and Christian, who were also tied to his dirty dealings, were cuffed up and thrown into police vehicles. Now, while all this was going down, the attention quickly shifted from the raid to Meek Mill after Diddy's ex-bodyguard leaked an audio tape of Meek getting pounded by Diddy during one of their freak-off sessions. The reason why this got a lot of people's attention is because Meek had already been exposed as Diddy's boy toy a couple weeks ago, but he adamantly denied and tried to make it look like people were just trying to emasculate him. Whole time, he really was bending over for Diddy. Like, you cannot make this up. Now, for those of y'all who don't know, a music producer by the name Lil Rod filed an explosive multi-million-dollar lawsuit against Diddy a couple weeks ago for SA. Not only did he incriminate Diddy, but he also name-dropped other people in this lawsuit, including Diddy's sons, Justin and Christian Combs, Young Miami, Usher, and Meek Mill. Apparently, Justin and Miami were in cahoots with Diddy SAing a bunch of girls, and Miami was the one in charge of illegally servicing these girls to Diddy. Rodney also went to expose Diddy for sleeping with some of the men in the industry, and in exchange, he would give them all the opportunities they want in Hollywood. And as you can already guess at this point, Meek was at the top of that list of men letting Diddy slide in for a couple opportunities. Rodney even said Diddy confessed to him that he coerced Stevie J into a freak-off session with the promise of getting Stevie a Grammy for Producer of the Year. Now, this is where things get even messier, because somewhere in the lawsuit, he also exposed Meek Mill and Usher as one of the people that often came to these freak-offs. Rodney didn't explicitly mention Meek Mill and Usher's names in the lawsuit like he did with everybody else, but he gave some descriptions that had very specific details that pretty much made everybody know who he was talking about. Like, he described Meek as a Philadelphia rapper who dated Nicki Minaj, and described Usher as a male R&B singer who performed at the Super Bowl and had a successful Vegas residency. Now, I don't think I need to tell y'all all this, but Meek is definitely a rapper from Philadelphia who dated Nicki from 2015 to 2017. Usher also just had a very successful Vegas residency, which reportedly grossed over $100 million. And he did in fact perform at the Super Bowl a couple weeks ago. Anyway, going back to Rodney's lawsuit, he claimed that he witnessed Usher and Diddy hooking up several times and making out with the girls that Young Miami and Justin would bring for him.
Is it true that Kim Porter caught P. Diddy giving another man hit?
Absolutely, absolutely. I'm my sister. She told me from her mouth to my ears. I knew, oh, he's a plenty of dicks, but I'm not even going to these dicks.
So you
right
saying
now.
Kim Porter saw P. Diddy
Absolutely.
make a man?
Yes, in his mouth too.
Made it disappear?
In his mouth.
Wow.
In his mouth.
I'm coming.
Man.
Shout out to everybody that's on here, man. Listen, we not playing with P. Diddy. This is surviving P. Diddy.
P. Diddy been fucking Will Smith like.
Wow.
Usher too.
So your sister.
And Usher too. Yeah.
And so,
he been cheating on me cheating on my sister for a lot of years.
Wow.
Like, come on now.
So Diddy been cheating on your sister?
For a lot of years.
You saying with Usher?
With Usher and Will Smith. Should I go home?
Wow. So you.
And Neo, yeah.
So
all of our Tevin Campbell, yeah.
Tevin Campbell. Oh my God. Do y'all hear the industry secret?
Orlando Brown, yeah. He know about P. Diddy. He been
Next, let's listen to Rocky because he points out how this man became a recruiter and what he used his power for.
All his dirt and everything, but there's too many facts not to believe it, man. This man is a freaky, deaky, soul-sucking leech. This man right here became one of the top recruiters and then got the audacity to go online when he don't got nobody else on his label begging for people to sell their soul. Man, if you don't get up out of here, I'm gonna just give y'all some videos and y'all tell me what you think.
I should look like he fresh off the goddamn plane. I should fresh off the guard stage. This is my brother right here from day one. We used to wake up and pause. But like check out. I mean, back in the days when he was like 10 and I was a little bit older, his older brother, we used to fight over the frosted flakes. You know what I'm saying? Before pause was invented. You know what I'm saying?
Man, if you don't get your stick in the booty up out of here, man, you be slipping up, man. Look at this.
Like, he's like, so when we gonna get the chance to, to kick it, like, we can just hang out, nigga, we gotta kick that. This is awesome. Okay. He telling me we gotta kick it and shit, and he's like, why don't we, like, go shopping or some shit? I mean, like, I'll pay for it. I was like, what the fuck this nigga just said? I got the fuck away from him. I was like, this nigga just tell me he take me shopping.
Everyone be calling this man out, man. Jaguar Wright, man. She put the details in it too, man. But that's gonna be on the next part.
There's also a lot of gossip on murder as well. It's pure There's also a lot of gossip on murder as well. It's purely speculation, and all this is alleged, but some actually say that Diddy may be at fault for Tupac and Michael Jackson's death. So, if you want to check out even more, make sure to check out Exposed TV2, Mohila, and Unnoticed PC.
Wait, is P. Diddy a dangerous person?
Uptown Records started with 5 people. Andre Harrell, I'll Be Sure, Heavy D, and Puffy. And Kim was the longest working employee because she was there from the very beginning. She was Andre's personal assistant. Kim's dead. Heavy D is dead. Andre Harrell is dead. The only 2 left are Puffy and Al almost died. Isn't that interesting?
That is interesting.
Heavy D was found dead, face down in the heart attack. Andre Harrell, heart attack. Kim died from pneumonia, but there's the first coroner's report that said that she died. It was ruled a homicide, and they found toxins in her body to prove that she had been poisoned. You know, they have poisons that create heart attack and pneumonia-like symptoms. And then right after that, Al had a meeting, and I was going to meet up with him because we were in Vegas, and then the next thing you know... You want to know what they all had in common, though? The survivors and the late of Uptown Records, they were all writing tell-all books. Andre was writing a book right before he died. Heavy D was working on a book before he died. Kim Porter was working on a book before she died. And Al B. Sure was working on the documentary of his life. And then he goes into a coma. Has Puffy ever been in a coma? Has anything happened to him? He must be the luckiest motherfucker, because it seems like everybody that worked at Uptown Records from the very beginning is gone.
Tupac came out publicly and started saying that Biggie Smalls and P. Diddy and the Bad Boy record label set him up, and that is the reason why he got shot in that elevator. So P. Diddy and Biggie Smalls come out and they're like, yo, Pac is tripping. I don't know what he's talking about. That didn't happen under our jurisdiction. Which prompted the Notorious B.I.G., aka Biggie Smalls, to release the song, Who Shot Ya? But the 8 months that Tupac served in Rikers prison is finally up, and that's when he releases the song, Hit 'Em Up, which prompted one of the biggest rap beefs in all of rap history. And that diss track was so disrespectful that P. Diddy and all of Bad Boy Records set up an entire tour up along the West Coast. And on that tour, that was all along the West Coast, he got into contact with a man named Keefy D, a Southside Compton Crip. Which Keefy D believes the only reason why he set up with the Crips was so that he could pin the Bloods up against the Southside Compton Crips. While at the 1997 Soul Train Awards, Tupac, Suge Knight, and over 100 Bloods and Crips pull up on P. Diddy. P. Diddy, not in his territory, obviously outnumbered and feeling very embarrassed and threatened, did the Soul Train Awards and immediately left. And allegedly, the very next night after this happened, he invited Keefy D to dinner, where he told Keefy D he needed
There's a lot of shit on P. Diddy being connected to a lot of people's deaths. So recently, there's been an investigation going on, and the theories that P. Diddy has connections to Michael Jackson's death. No way. And it's known that he hates the industry. There was a video of him at an award ceremony. They tried to fuck up his career because Michael Jackson basically owned over 50% of Sony Records.
These guys work really hard at their craft. The companies take advantage of them. They never thought that this performer, myself, would outthink them. I own half of Sony's publishing, and I'm leaving them. They're very angry at me because of it, but...
How is this connected to P. Diddy, right? P. Diddy, he had a head of security, was a guy that any employees that P. Diddy has, if you ever get pulled over in California or in Miami, to call this guy, Fahim, and he'll take care of it. He'll make any problem, any police trouble disappear. So he has power in the police. Michael Jackson died in 2009. That guy, Fahim, in 2008, he graduated from college. He graduated with a bachelor's degree in real estate and business and had no experience in security or anything like that. So how is a guy who just graduated graduated college, the head of security already for Michael Jackson, the biggest music artist of all time, because he was there at Michael Jackson's testimony, and he was the second person on the scene whenever Michael Jackson died. Because first it was obviously the doctor who was trying to.
So where is he now, you might ask? Well, the cops were sure having a hard time figuring that one out. But thanks to internet sleuths, just like y'all out there, they were able to actually track down his plane. And so here's what we know so far, thanks to Revenge World TV and NBC South Florida.
He saw me and decided to pick me up and said to come inside and play with his kids.
But coincidentally, Diddy wasn't home. This whole raid stemmed from multiple accusations of trafficking, sexual assault, and solicitation and distribution of illegal narcotics and firearms, causing federal officials to get involved. Diddy's whereabouts were unknown until a Twitter user managed to track his private jet. He was tracked leaving California to Cape Verde, an island that has a no extradition treaty with the U.S., meaning the U.S. has no power to extradite any individual who is currently wanted for crimes. It seems that Diddy knew ahead of time that the police would be kicking down his door and planning to arrest him, so he fled to an island where he knew he could not be touched. Is this the end for Diddy?
The private jet belonging to Sean Diddy Combs is back in South Florida, landing at Opelika Airport before noon on Wednesday. Outside his Star Island home in Miami Beach, 2 black SUVs guard the property. Today, one of Diddy's security guards seen wearing what appeared to be a bulletproof vest, putting up umbrellas to block the view. The Star's location remains unknown.
We know they got some information. That information was enough to get them a search warrant signed by a judge.
During an interview for this weekend's Voices with NBC6's Jawan Strader, Vic Williams, a retired special agent for Homeland Security investigations, says prosecutors will need to prove specific elements in this sex trafficking case.
Force, fraud, or coercion. Now, you have to have one of those elements. Now, the only time you don't is when it applies to children.
This civil lawsuit filed by Diddy's former producer, Rodney Jones, alleges that he witnessed sex trafficking, the distribution and use of illegal drugs and firearms.
All right, besties, I hope that you enjoyed this video and stick around for part 2 for when he gets caught. Make sure to like, comment, and ring that bell to be notified of the next coming videos. And until next time, stay safe out there and just be happy, friends.